guys, what's up? It's Allison. I had a completely different video filmed for today, and then, life happened, and I just didn't think I could go through the day without making this video, and I just feel like it needs to be said. And I think it's something you always hear, and it's advice everyone says to do, but a lot of people don't take it seriously, and that's kind of sad. So this is definitely nothing new, it's nothing unheard of, it's not some like, ooh, do this to save money, like whatever tip. So basically, there's been some bad news, everywhere, if you listen to any kind of like financial type news or whatever, about the company I work for. I'm not gonna name it. You can look it up in the news. It's probably like one of the first things you'll find. But my company is laying people off. They're laying off a lot of people all over the world. Estimates are between 15 and 20,000, which is about 1/5 of our workforce. And today that started. I am so fortunate that it did not happen to me, and I still have my job for now, and I think that I'm in the clear, just based on what I do. It's kind of essential for the bank to keep making money, so I'm really fortunate in that, but not everyone was so fortunate. I don't personally know anyone that was laid off, but I know layoffs happened in Australia, they happened in Asia, they happened in London, and they happened in New York. And I work with some people in New York. I don't know if they knew those people or what, but basically people came into work and they were told to go home. And that's just like the worst case scenario that everybody hopes will never happen to them. And like, no, of course nobody wants that to happen to them. Like, it sucks. But it just really, it really put things into perspective. And it really made me realize how important the advice is to save an emergency fund. Like, I can't even stress that enough now. Like, there was a solid 3 hours of my day, okay, maybe like 2.5 hours, that I thought I was gonna lose my job. And I was terrified. Like, I do have extra money saved up, but like, I wouldn't officially call it an emergency fund. It's just like extra money in my checking account. And now I'm like, wow, I need to do this. Like, it doesn't matter. It does matter how much you save, but the point is you have to start saving. And if you don't start, you're never going to build up that emergency fund. It may seem daunting to save up 3, 6, maybe even 12 months worth of income if you're, really risk averse. That might be something you want to do, but it seems really daunting to have to look at your finances, know how much you need to survive for an entire month, and plan that out. And that sounds like a lot of money. Like, that's pretty scary. But if you don't do it, you could end up in that position and you could be in a lot of trouble. So even if you just start saving $1 a day, like if you just start saving $5 here and there, like that's gonna get you somewhere, and it's gonna build up, and then you're gonna start to see that amount grow, and you're probably gonna be more motivated to put more towards that emergency fund. I know it sucks, like that's not a fun thing to save for, but it's necessary. And I feel so bad for all these people that were just laid off, and that is so scary. Like, who knows if these people were like, breadwinner of their family, So I just had to come on here and say that today was an emotional day. I hope I don't have to go through that again. I hope that things stay in the clear, and I hope I get to keep my job, even though I wasn't really, I haven't really been happy in my job. Not that there's nothing wrong with the company. The company is great. It's fantastic. Like, there's awesome benefits. It's just the specific situation I'm in is not one that really makes me that happy. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep looking for a job harder, or I don't know. I have a lot to think about, is basically what I'm trying to say. And the reason that I thought I might lose my job is around like 1:30 to 2. We all got a meeting invite with someone that is in charge of our whole department that sits in New York. And there was no details. It just said team call, meeting number, like call this number, 4:30, the end. So it's like, okay, like, could you at least say like, oh, you have nothing to worry about, like, we just want to discuss the news that's happening today? Like, no, there's just no details. Like, they left us hanging for like 2.5, almost 3 hours. And then it was also said at the end of the day, so you're like, oh, did they just want to get like a full day's work out of us and then just like let us all go? Who knows? Wow, it's just crazy. And I've even seen it happen before, and I don't know why. And it's like, it didn't hit me until it was almost happening to me, because I've seen in a department that I used to sit next to, like it was our department, and then we were on the border right with another department, and we literally watched these people. They didn't even pull the whole group into a room. They literally pulled them one by one by one. Like, people came out crying, like they had to get their stuff and leave. And they didn't just bring the whole group in, like they literally brought them in one by one by one, and you never know who was gonna like get called next. That was awful. Like, it was so awful to watch. But I don't, like, why did that not click with me? That was like, I don't know, 6-8 months ago. And now, like, it had to get to this point where I thought I was gonna lose my job today to actually realize how important an emergency fund is. I know I'm blabbing, whatever. Point is, if you don't have an emergency fund, just start one. Just start with $5, start with $1, start with whatever you can manage. You know, $1 a day, like, that's $30 in a month. It's not that much. It's not gonna like save you if you lose your job tomorrow, but it's gonna get you started. And I think the point where people struggle with their finances is that they don't even try to start. You know, it feels so daunting and so scary that you just don't start, and that is where you fail. If you never start something, how do you know where you could end up? Like, that's like saying, oh, like a baby thought it was gonna be too hard to walk, so they just gave up. They didn't even try. Like every baby tried to walk and then they walked, and then it was great. And anyways, just start somewhere. Like, that's all you have to do, is just start with a little bit. Whenever you feel like you have a few extra dollars, a few spare change, like a little bit of spare change, like, just put it in a jar, start a savings account that you're only gonna touch in case of emergencies. Just do it. You're gonna feel better once you start building it up, and once you really get it to the point that you can feel safe. Like, it's gonna give you so much peace of mind, and you're gonna be glad that you did. So please, if you take any piece of advice, any piece of financial advice ever, like, just let it be to have an emergency fund, because you don't want to be in that situation. It's not fun for anyone. Anyways, sorry if that was such a down video, but I just felt like it needed to be said. And I hope you had a better day than I had. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.